Welcome everyone to another quality Catmaster video. I hope you're having an awesome day. Legion launched yesterday night and with some starting difficulties as usually expected. Nothing too bad though. We played our character into Blood Aqueducts before I went to sleep. And I quickly want to give you an outline of what I decided to do and what I ended up with, the items that I'm using and what I think about the skill, the leak mechanic. So let's start off right with the leak mechanic, right? The leak mechanic, if you remember, are these monoliths where you open a fight between two huge legions from the past, like two armies, and they're all frozen in stone and you have to mark them, right? And free them from that being frozen. And after a timer expires, everything that you manage to free will be fightable. And you have to make sure that obviously you fight the right monsters. It's pretty cool. You should definitely check it out yourself. You can get League exclusive uniques apparently. So I ended up getting the Edge of Madness yesterday from one of the Val Legions, presumably. Pretty cool stuff. Definitely check that out. I did take it relatively slow. I'm not racing this time. I've had this thought for a while that, you know, in the 3 months leaks themselves, I don't want to be racing at the very start because the starts seem to be always pretty loaded, riddled with some minor inconveniences or even game-breaking bugs. So I wanted to prevent myself from just being upset and being yeah, how you want to say it, frustrated. But hey, nothing like that in Legion so far. Legion has been a blast. Outside of the fact that there was a crash in Act 1 when you start the Fairgraves fight, and I died to that on my first character after I already kicked myself back into a waiting queue. So I really took it slow after that because I was like, okay, never mind. But nothing really bad. I decided to go with Perforate. Originally I wanted to go Frostblade Slayer, and then I was like, the physical skills are probably going to be better because of all the new physical synergy and them gaining flat fizz rather than converted fizz, or I mean straight up flat elemental. So what I ended up using is Perforate. Perforate is a skill that brings spears from the ground up to damage enemies, and Perforate has a synergy with the new Blood and Sand reservation that enables you to switch between blood and sand stances. So in sand stance, which is not the default, you need blood and sand to be in sand stance, these spikes go from the middle to the outside and, you know, hurt enemies that are in the way. So this is basically the perfect, you know, clear skill. And then if you get to a beefy sort of character, a beefy monster, which of course we don't have any here right now, but let's presume that these were beefy, right? Let's pretend.
My spirit is spent.
Edge of Madness is actually a weapon that grows on you, right? Edge of Madness grants you flat fizz to attacks per level and increased chaos damage per level. So while Perforate is one of the new skills that don't gain flat fizz per level, it's pretty pog with Edge of Madness for the time being, right? We also were lucky to get a 5-link from a random monster somewhere and roll the colors. So what I'm rolling right now, or using right now, is Ruthless, Fortify, Melee Fizz, and Close Combat. Close Combat is one of the most interesting things and one of the strongest things that I've seen so far. Supported skills grant Combat Rush. Combat Rush grants more attack and cast speed to travel skills that are not supported by Close Combat. Meaning, when I have Close Combat up, I leap slam a lot faster, right? Because leap slam is actually a travel skill, if I understand it correctly. Yeah, right? Also, I mean, Ruthless you already know, melee fizz, those are generically good fizz melee skill support, that's right. But close damage also has up to 52% more melee damage to enemies based on proximity, so it's really good if you just stand in the face of someone, which is kind of what you want to do. Fortify I use because it's just quality of life to have Fortify up all the time. I also have it on my traveling skill, so, you know, Fortify is up all the time, which is also a justification for me to invest into Fortify effect. Because Fortify is almost always up, so there's nothing bad. Tree-wise, we just did no adventures, right? Originally, I planned to pick up this. I went through this, and I was one hand and shield, but then we found Edge of Madness, and to be fair, one hand and shield doesn't seem like a good starting option still, because unless you got a really strong weapon, you'll always feel lacking in damage. I'd much rather attack a little bit slower and have punch in my attacks so I can one-shot packs, rather than having to attack like 3 or 4 times for a single pack, even if the attacks are faster because I'm using a one hand. So I refunded, I got Destroyer. Right, we went into Leech, we got a little bit int here, we went the full sword cluster, and we got Disciple of the Unyielding. This is a new cluster where you get frenzy charges and endurance charges, but these are not maximum, these are minimum. So I got 1 endurance charge that is always up now, which is pretty cool obviously, but you also get a chance to get endurance charges on kill, and you get bonuses based on the endurance charges you have, namely 5% stun duration, 0.2% life regen, and 3% ink AoE per endurance charge. So I felt this was really good, especially because I didn't have a way to generate endurance charges yet, right? We also found Worm Sign again. Worm Sign, really good starter item because you get Rampage, you got nice life, and it even has Conk Effect. So actually my War Chief is running on a 5-link with Conk Effect, Impale, Close Combat, and Maim for really good single target damage with the War Chief out. We found the Reso's Salute, which again is nothing special, but it's really good in the beginning because you get a large multiplier to melee damage and some resists and even move speed on full life. So, you know, really cool while you're lacking move speed. I only have a 20% pair of move speeds. So, yeah, I'm actually happy with how this performs. Yeah, next plan is pick up Soul of Steel. Soul of Steel is incredibly value. Any build that is down here in this corner would want to pick up Soul of Steel because you get +1 all max res and a sizable amount of armor and fizz reduction. So yeah, definitely gonna go for that. And yeah, further we'll plan as we go along. We may pick up Phase Acro because as a 2-hand build we don't actually get any block, so this is not a downside. Of course you get less armor, but yeah, I'm also not really looking to stack armor all that much. I managed to get a 5-link Majestic Plate, like I said earlier. Rolled that, nothing exciting, you know, a little bit of res, crafted some life. Good to go. And I'm very much looking forward to playing the rest of the league. Or, you know, the entire day today. So if you want to check that out, it's going to be amazing, right? Also, if you have any questions about this league, or this build in particular, I'll be more than happy to answer them, and you can, you know, basically follow me along and watch a little bit over my shoulder as I get this into maps, and we'll see how it feels in maps, but so far it's very promising, especially seeing that I'm using Edge of Madness. I mean, again, Edge of Madness is a level 22 weapon, and it grows on you, right? At level 99, I believe, you'll have a close to 500 DPS sword, which is nothing amazing, but it's a good starter, and like I said, it keeps growing on you. So if you feel like you don't have damage, next level you'll have a little bit more, the level after that you have a little bit more. I already noticed my damage growing massively just by farming Blood Aqueducts and gaining levels there. And also another point to make here is that this is a really bad roll, Edge of Madness. Like, if this was slightly better, I'd have a much better experience, right? This is only 45 out of up to 60% increased fizz, and the Chaos Flat is literally bottom roll. But yeah, also another thing I wanted to quickly mention is the new vanity cards. drop-in Val side areas. I already managed to get 2 of those. Wait, where's my second one? Anyway, but these are basically like humilities, but corrupted. So you get 9 cards of these, you can trade them for a Tabula Rasa, and that one will be corrupted. So it's guaranteed that it's still unique though by the text on the card. So it's gonna be a corrupted Tabula Rasa with 1 implicit that it previously didn't have. Very much looking forward to this one because this could be really, really good. Maybe not for this build because I'm already rocking a 5-link, and with melee I don't really feel that great about Tabulas, but we'll see. Just wanted to share with you this awesome card because, yeah, I managed to find one. Pretty sure most people who went into Val side zones found one because it doesn't seem to be very rare, but yeah. Anyway, if you want to check out this stuff, make sure to tune into my stream. I should be streaming all day today and for the next days to come. Thanks for checking everything out, thanks for liking and subscribing, and I'll see you in the next video when I died and I make a new build Kappa. Or I got build updates for this.